Hey guys, welcome to the fourth installment of the videos. We decided to go off on a little tangent here and do a butte. And I had some leftover styrofoam, or foam board, excuse me, when we were done gluing this all together. So I glued them up into this kind of these blocks with the idea that we would carve them out and have a butte on our layout. So this was the first stage here, was just to get this all carved out, and I thought it was a little tall, so we peeled back one of the layers off of the top, and felt like it looked pretty decent after that. So once I had this all glued up and shaved out the way I wanted it, I just used the projects, the liquid nails projects, to glue it up and glue it to the table. So while we wait on our butte to dry, we're going to do a little bit of plaster cloth work here and make a little bit of a cut here. With it being a flat layout, friends suggested that instead of just being flat, and then having this butte, that we do a little bit of a contour here to kind of help everything flow. So that's what we're going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is take some old shredded documents. It kind of creates a little bit of a paper mache, and we're going to use it right on the layout, and we'll put what we want down here and tape it down, and that'll be the first step. And then once that goes down, then we'll get our plaster cloth, Woodland Scenics plaster cloth. Pick this up at Hobbyland today, and we'll use it in sheets to cover both the butte and the cut. And then we'll, last but not least, we'll give it a coat of paint once that all dries up. So now we've got our paper mache in place, and we want to get the tape out and just tape it down. That holds it down to the layout, and at that point you're pretty much prepped for the plaster cloth. So now we've got our plaster cloth out, and we've got a little bowl of water, and we're going to cut this plaster cloth into pieces that we can use here, and it should all come together. So for anyone who hasn't used plaster cloth before, you just cut off a strip like what you need, and you want to agitate it in this water, and then you just lay it right on, and you can shape it with your fingers, and it should go right on and make your topography, change in elevation or whatever you need to do. It's pretty straightforward and simple. So this is how it's kind of going so far. Just got that little cut there, that little peak, and once you paint and put ground foam and stuff over top of that, you'll never even really be able to tell. It's kind of just kind of a game. You play with it until you get something desirable. But got that section done, and moving on over here. I think a lot of it has to do with just your conditions. It's pretty humid out here in this garage, but this is, I mean, I've been at this for about 10 minutes, and this is already set up. So you have to move fairly quickly. But see, you just kind of work with it a little bit until you get like what you want. So that's what I've come up with for this, and then once this gets dried up, we'll get it painted. So after getting everything plaster clothed up, that's what we're dealing with. That's I think it turned out pretty good. So we'll just give that a little while to dry up, and we'll shoot it with some paint, and that'll probably be about it for this time. Hope you enjoyed this video. In the next segment, we'll be dealing with the ground foam and the code line poles. We had talked about that in a couple of the previous episodes, but we got a little sidetracked with other projects. But we will work on more scenery on the next one. Thanks for watching.